Okay, so when it's done installing, you should see it downloading and extracting, and then when it's done, you'll get this message. We'll say preparing, verifying, executing transaction, and then you'll get this message that says to activate this environment, use source activate, and to source activate Python 3, which is the name of the environment, and to deactivate, type source deactivate. If you're using Windows, it will probably say conda activate and conda deactivate, but it's the same idea. Okay. So let's practice doing that. So we've created an environment. Now we're going to activate it. So if you're using Windows, type conda activate. Everyone else type source activate. And in fact, newer versions, it might use conda activate. Let me know. I think for most of you it should still be source activate. So you'll see now next to your prompt it should say the name of the environment in parentheses. So this is really handy. This tells you what environment you're working in, which is good to know. So when you can do some stuff in this environment, you can also type source deactivate, which will just deactivate whatever environment you're in. Now you see that name of the environment went away. So let's activate again. So we are now in the Python 3 environment. If we were to type conda env list, we're going to get this long, for me it's a long list, for you it should be short, list of environments, and you're going to see an asterisk next to the Python 3 environment. That means that one's active. You can also use this command conda list, which will list all of the packages that are installed in that environment. Those are the ones we just installed. So if you did want to delete an environment, you can source deactivate, and then you can type this conda env remove -n, but we don't want to do that right now. What we want to do is we want to install, try installing some other packages. So the important thing is that the environment is active. If it's not active, then when we install things, they're going to install into our base environment, and we don't want to do that typically because that defeats the purpose of using the environments. We want to have what we install, we want to have specific for an environment so that other environments are independent and they can have their own packages. I suppose if it's something that you use in every environment, then you can install it in your base environment, but typically you activate the environment, in this case Python 3, and then you install things. So we want to install a package called Pandas, which we're going to use later in the course. So we're going to type conda. First of all, make sure we're in our Python 3 environment, so make sure you see this Python 3 in parentheses next to your prompt. And then we're going to type conda install pandas. And then hit enter. So what this is going to do is it's going to take the environment that we already have, which has Jupyter and Python 3, 3.7 or 3.6, and it's going to install pandas. And it's going to say we need to install these additional packages. Do you want to proceed? And we type Y for yes. Yeah.
Is there like a list of these things somewhere? Different packages, like descriptions.
There's a lot of different packages for conda, but yeah, under miniconda or anaconda, there should be a description of some of the packages on their website.
How do you find new packages? Is it just really through like word of mouth and stuff.
Um,
Kind of thing.
yeah, there's different ways to discover new packages. I think for this class, we'll cover a lot of the main ones, and then you can always, if there's something you want to do, you type Python package blank or conda Python package blank, whatever it is what you want to do, and you can find packages that allow you to do that. Okay, so we should now have installed Pandas. So if we were to type conda list, and then we can even type grep pandas, which will just show us that one line of that list. So it's a little bash trick, so we can see, okay, yeah, we have pandas installed. This is just showing us just one line of all this output, right? Because we piped that to a grep command. Now, there's another package that I like. So pandas, we're going to spend a lot of time. You don't have to worry about what it does. It does a lot of data analysis and data tables, data frames, time series. It's very, very powerful. But don't worry about that right now. But there's another package I really like called TabView, which allows you to look at a tab delimited or comma delimited file in your terminal in a really nice way. So let's try to install that. If we try to type conda install TabView, but we can just see if that package exists. Now, it may or may not exist for you. I tried this on Windows earlier, and it didn't find it. So we can either, if it finds it, you can type yes. However, and this is not critical for the class. This is just a program I like. And it's not a Python program. It's the command line program. But if it doesn't find it, you can also type pip install, and I will just see what happens when I do this. But I'm gonna. So yeah. So it says I already have tab view. So pip is another Python package manager. It's a little bit older than conda. For most packages, we'll use conda to install, but if they're not available with conda, sometimes they're available with pip. And they kind of work together. So if you install if you're inside your conda environment and then you do a pip installation, conda will know about it, and it will keep track of that package, and it'll be in your environment.
Kind of asking me if I should upgrade pip.
Right. If it says your pip is out of date, you can follow the instructions and update your pip. And I believe it will ask you to update the base installation, which means, or maybe not. Like basically, it should. If it doesn't, you should exit out of. You should source deactivate your environment and do the pip upgrade in your base. This is one exception where installing the software in the base environment is preferable because you want every environment that you create to have the newest version of pip. That's kind of I think that's a safe bet. Does this make sense? Like your base environment and then like other environments you make kind of on top of that they inherit what's in the base, but then you have new versions in the main in your newer environments. Yeah.
Sorry, it says something about MKL random 1.01 requires Synthon, which is not installed.
Did it give you an error, or it's just a warning?
Download it. Just gives you while it's downloading, it gives you like a red line.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah. There's warnings and errors. warnings are they'll let things happen, but they'll give you a warning, and you might want to keep that in mind. An error is fatal, and it will not let you complete the task, and you have to fix something. So yeah, did you lose your internet connection, or if it stopped downloading?